Hi, I'm Amy Carpenter, and this is Around Towne with Amy. Today, I'm at The Ohio State University learning about comparative oncology. That is coming up next on Around Towne with Amy.
Hi, I'm Sheriff Alex Lape. In my 30-year law enforcement career, I have seen many different trends in illicit drug trade and substance use disorders. Fentanyl is the deadliest drug that I have ever encountered. Very minuscule amounts can be fatal. Fentanyl is present in most mainstream illicit drugs. Drug cartels are now pressing fentanyl into forms that appear to be common candies. Ingesting any of these fake candies or pills can have fatal overdose effects. This ongoing drug epidemic requires a balanced approach. We must focus our attentions and resources on treatment and education in conjunction with enforcement efforts that hold those who traffic in dangerous drugs accountable. For your sake and the sake of your family, do not take any medications that are not issued through prescriptions by your pharmacy. Thank you.
This message is brought to you by the Fairfield County Adam H. Board.
Sure Shot Directional Boring is proud to support Around Towne with Amy. We are the region's trusted directional boring and hydro excavation service experts. With more than 20 years' experience, Sure Shot Directional Boring ensures projects will be handled skillfully, safely, on time, and within budget. Contact us today at 740-689-1221 or online at sureshotboring.com.
Hank's Pet Sitting Service is your trusted pet service in the Lancaster area. Pet owners can rest assured knowing that Hank's Pet Sitting Service will treat your fur babies like one of their own. We specialize in a home-away-from-home atmosphere to keep your pet comfortable. From drop-in visits, dog walking, or potty breaks for your pooch, Hank's Pet Sitting Service is here to help. To book an appointment, contact Hank's Pet Sitting Service today.
According to the American Cancer Society, in 2022, there will be an estimated 1.9 million new cancer cases diagnosed and 609,000 cancer deaths in the United States. 13,000 new soft tissue sarcomas will be diagnosed, and about 5,000 people are expected to die of soft tissue sarcomas. 3,910 new cases of bone cancer will be diagnosed, and about 2,100 deaths. The Ohio State University Comprehensive Cancer Center is working hard to change these statistics. They have one of the largest multidisciplinary sarcoma programs in the world right here in Columbus, Ohio.
Any new sarcoma patient, whether they come to Ohio State through the surgery clinic, the medical oncology clinic, the radiation oncology clinic, prior to any treatments, the patient is presented at our multidisciplinary conference so that they can be comprehensively evaluated to see if they are eligible for one or another type of treatment.
Dr. Ray Phil Pollock explains how sarcomas are different than other cancers and who is the most vulnerable to this type of cancer.
In the pediatric age group, it is thought to probably be related to some type of genetic defect that a child may have been born with. The next most common area or age bracket is in the 5th, 6th, and 7th decade of life in adults. And that reality speaks to the possibility that many sarcomas in that population may be induced by environmental factors.
Another thing the Ohio State University Comprehensive Cancer Center is known for their message, there is no routine cancer. The treatments that have provided hope and promise for people have been due to our dogs, who have also been diagnosed with cancer and gone through their own cancer treatments and clinical trials. 1 million dogs develop naturally occurring cancer annually, and 50% die of the disease. Cancer is the leading cause of death for dogs. As with people, the disease develops over a long period of time, and the same conditions that create cancer in humans also apply to them. Rustin Moore, Dean of the Ohio State University Veterinary Medical Center, explains comparative oncology and how long it has been around.
It's looking across species. So in this case, dogs and people get very similar types of cancer, and those cancers have similar biologic activity, meaning the way they progress or perhaps they spread, and also similar responses to different therapies. So in our world, comparative oncology means looking at cancer from a research or clinical perspective across many species, both people and animals.
Comparative oncology is how humans and veterinary medical experts collaborate on research. This program is based in veterinary medicine, but conducted in partnership with experts in both human and animal medicine. Studying cancer in people and pets benefits both species. Dean Moore explains why it is important to study dogs to learn about human cancer.
And because dogs have cancers that are similar to people and their biologic activity is similar, the findings in them are much more likely to be applicable or directly related to human cancer than going, say, from a mouse or a rat or some other experimentally induced cancer, because they are spontaneous, they are naturally acquired, and they have very similar characteristics.
Many people think that studying dogs with cancer means you are giving them cancer, but Dean Moore clears up this misconception.
We do not induce cancer in dogs. We use their naturally acquired disease, hopefully to, one, help them first and foremost, to help dogs that follow them sometime in the future with similar cancers, and importantly also the findings that we find in dogs with cancer are again very applicable to similar types of cancers in people.
Studying dogs is different than studying mice or laboratory animals, which we have been studying for years to develop new products. Cancer is induced in mice and laboratory animals artificially, primarily through surgeries or injections. Companion animals develop cancer naturally, so the data is more comparable to humans. The thing that makes the Ohio State University unique is that vets at the OSU Veterinary Medical Center team up with doctors at the OSU Comprehensive Cancer Center and Nationwide Children's Hospital to use one of the largest banks of sarcoma tissue in the nation. When doctors and vets study sarcoma tissue at the same time, research is up to 5 times faster. By collaborating together, not only are vets able to help doctors fight cancer in humans, but doctors are able to help vets fight cancer in dogs. Despite all of the accomplishments Dr. Pollack has seen over the years, there still remains an area he would like to see improvements in.
Probably the biggest challenge in sarcoma is due to its rarity. As less than 1% of adult solid tumors, it's very hard to build a research program to study this disease. There are probably no more than 5 or 6 major sarcoma centers in the United States that have a sufficient patient volume to be able to conduct the translational research that leads to new ideas to be tested in clinical trials.
Some hope came recently when the Ohio State University Comprehensive Cancer Center was awarded the Translational Team Science Award for $3.5 million for 4 years on behalf of research in sarcoma.
Ultimate goal, and I think we're going to reach it, is validation of this new biomarker and its deployment clinically so that it can be used anywhere in the world to detect early recurrences of sarcoma.
Here is one such story of how doctors at the Ohio State University Veterinary Medical Center consulted human doctors at Ohio State University to help my dog Hank when he was diagnosed with a grapefruit-sized sarcoma.
Fox 28 reporter Ben Garbrick is here again to show us how they pulled off this medical miracle.
Hank is about as mellow of a dog as you'll meet. He's always close to Amy Cable's heart. She wears a necklace with his picture on it. But Amy was afraid she'd lose her best friend.
It's just hard to see a loved one who's sick and be frustrated, not know how to help him.
This CAT scan shows what was wrong with Hank. He had a cancerous tumor lodged in a tricky spot in his pelvis. Poor Hank had a tough time going to the bathroom because of it. Several vets said there was nothing they could do. But then Amy took Hank to see Dr. Katie Townsend at Ohio State. She knew getting rid of this tumor would be a challenge.
We were pretty shocked at how big it was.
But she was the only doctor to say she could help. She operated on Hank just last week.
When we got in there, we found a great way to actually be able to remove the tumor.
Hank was in surgery nearly 5 hours.
Mommy just kept praying the whole time, and every time they'd come in, they'd have more good news. And then finally they came in at 5:10 and they said, we got it.
The massive tumor gone, and a new lease on life for Hank.
He proved us all wrong. He's a really tough guy, and literally the next day he was up and walking.
You could see it on his face. Hank is resting pretty comfortably right now.
He's just the best dog in the world, so when they said that they could help him, it was the best news I could ever hear. And then finally that they'd got the tumor out. It was just the best day of my life.
Now it's back to normal for Hank. And he has a savvy veterinarian added to his list of admirers. I'm Ben Garber, Fox 28 News.
If you would like to learn more about cancer, go to PubMed or visit cancer.osu.edu for more information on different types of cancer. You can read more about the OSU Comprehensive Cancer Center and Comparative Oncology in the August 1st edition of the Town Crier. Thank you for joining me on Around Town with Amy.